everybody, it's Celeste Joan, and today I am taking another 16 personalities quiz for one of my characters, and this time I'm going to be doing my main character's best guy friend. And while I get this all pulled up, I'm going to go ahead and try to guess his personality type. So this character is Ian, and I feel like he is a bit more introverted than extroverted, but he still needs that time to be around his friends. But he's a little bit more introverted than I think extroverted. And then sensing or intuition, I think he's more intuitive. So his best friend Olivia, who I did a video on before, is also intuitive, and I thought that they would be different. I don't know, it might end up that they are different, but I definitely thought Olivia was going to be more sensing. But again, those traits were very almost split 50-50. And then thinking or feeling, I feel like he's more of a thinker than a feeler. I also think he's more judging when needing things to be neat and orderly and more established. So I'm going to say he's an INTJ, but let's go ahead and get into the test. Enjoy vibrant social events, not as much as Olivia, but he definitely does. So Ian is my main character's best guy friend. He's not super religious, as opposed to Olivia, who is religious, and he likes to look for the deeper meaning in things. He thinks things out a bit more, and he thinks things out and wants to have that plan. He definitely wants to have that plan in place, and he holds stuff to himself, but he also wants his friends to know what's going on. Just sometimes situationally, he can't bring them up because of what his friends are going through. I will say that Ian is a bit more of a future thinker, so he thinks and kind of lives more in the future than he does the present, and he worries more about the future than he does kind of what's going on right now. So focusing on present realities more than future possibilities. I'd say, again, it's all situational. But there are some times he needs to focus on the present, but he's still thinking about the future, if that makes sense. I'm not sure if it does. And situationally, because of what's going on, he does put himself second and deals with other people's problems first. But that's also kind of situational. What is he doing in the future? I actually don't know. They all have their introverted sides to them, but I feel like Ian is the most introverted out of the three. He kind of keeps, he likes to have his alone time, for sure. All right, so what did I said he was going to be an INTJ. INFP. Interesting. Hey, this is what I am, INFP. Yeah, I can see that. He is very split 50-50. Wow, that's insane. All right, so yeah, more introverted than extroverted. Intuitive versus observant. I honestly don't know my side characters as well as I know my main character because I'm not writing in their point of view anymore. I used to for the first draft, but they've also changed so much from the first draft. So yeah, it's so 50-50. Let's read a little bit about the mediator. True idealist, always looking for a hint of good even in the worst people and events, searching for ways to make things better. Yes. While they're perceived as calm, reserved, or even shy, mediators have an inner flame and passion that can truly shine. Yeah. They're guided by their principles rather than logic. I'm gonna have to disagree with that. He is a bit more logical or practical. He's less of an idealist and more of a realist. We know what we are, but know not what we may be. Yeah. Strengths, idealistic. Again, I think he's more of a realist. So this might, again, I don't know my side characters as well, and I can't really get into their head as well as I can my main character. So I feel like he's more of a realist, but also I can see him being an idealist, like kind of thinking that in the future things are all going to be fine, even if he knows for a fact that they're not going to be. Value and harmony, open-minded and flexible, creative, passionate and energetic, dedicated, hardworking. Yeah. Too idealistic. Kind of. That's the only one I'm having an issue with. Too altruistic. Impractical. Dislike dealing with data. I'm not sure how much I agree with this one. I don't know. Love all, trust a few, do wrong to none. That kind of makes sense. Better 3 hours too soon than a minute too late. Yeah, definitely. Aversion to conflict. Yes, kind of. There is one scene where he kind of blows up a little bit. There's a few of those. I don't know how much this one is accurate. I did feel like my main character one was pretty accurate. Just not sure about this one. Kind-hearted, yes. Their altruism, yeah. Alright. I mean, I can see it, but also I don't. I'm not 100% sold on this is what he is, and I think it's because he was split so 50-50 that it just doesn't feel right. He definitely puts his friends before himself and worries about their problems more than his own. They crave depth of mutual human understanding, but tire easily in social situations. Yes. He needs time. He's one of those people, again, is very, I think he's more of an ambivert. He needs his time to be around people, but he also really needs his alone time. Or just being with somebody but not doing anything, just kind of existing together. All right, so in lots of ways, this limits their potential pool of friends to other types in the diplomatic role group. So I want to check what group the protagonist is in. Okay, yeah, so a protagonist is in the diplomatic group. That makes sense, because Olivia picks up on the subtle clues that he's leaving, but he won't talk about them, but she knows that something is up. Also has her own stuff to worry about, so it's kind of hard for them to talk about these things. The friend of my friend is my friend. I mean, yes and no. There is a small, again, there are 3 people in this friend group, and it's Olivia and her guy best friend and her girl best friend. And while Ian and Sierra aren't necessarily the best of friends, they are still friends, they get along, and all 3 of them do stuff together. I'm not 100% sold on this one, but it feels right. I mean, it feels right, but it also doesn't feel right. It's very, I don't know. I don't know. And the main reason I'm doing this is to kind of see how these personality traits interact with each other, to make sure I have that down. As it said in the friendship part, they are friends with the diplomat, or people in the diplomatic group, which is his best friend. And, you know, she picks up on his little signs, even if he doesn't want to really talk about it. She knows that something's not quite right. That is all I have time for today. I'm gonna leave the last one for you guys for later, whether it be next week or sometime after that. And then we will get into the last friend of the friend group, Sierra, and we will see if I can pin her down and if I can really get inside of her mind, because I don't really know much about her. I think it'll take a little bit more thinking on my part, because she's really not going through anything in this book. She might have her own story later on, but she's kind of like, I feel like she would be the mediator, but more extroverted. Yeah, we'll see. We'll see what it comes up with. But for now, that is all I have time for, and I will see you guys all in the next video. Bye!